Hello, hello. Hello, conscious dancers. My name is Diana from the Conscious Dance Festival. And here we are with our weekly interviews. So every Thursday at this time, we're going to be meeting here. And I am inviting every week a different facilitator to talk about dance and consciousness, and also for them to share with us about the different approaches to consciousness. Blah, blah, blah. My tongue is doing strange things. And today we have a very special guest who is sitting right now in Mexico. And this friend is Karina Suárez, who will be one of our facilitators of the upcoming online edition of the Conscious Dance Festival on Sunday, 21st of March. And Karina will be facilitating a class that she calls Organic Dance, Awakening the Awareness of Yourself. Hello, Karina.
Hi, Diana. Thanks for the invitation. I'm very happy to be here today and also to participate again in this amazing festival. I had a really nice experience last time live, this time online live. But yeah, I am just enjoying it already, what is happening online, and then I will be also enjoying to sharing with you this organic dance. I don't call it as a technique, but as an approach to movement and awareness.
Very nice. Thank you so much for being with us. And we really look forward to having you again. So I would like to talk about you. Let's start with the relation between dance and consciousness. So we have here an event called Conscious Dance Festival. And we are talking about this, but we never really explain what is it what we are actually doing, dance, consciousness, and why is one important for the other one. So maybe we can start there.
Yes, actually one of the approaches from what I do is through somatic methods. I also describe this in the definition of the workshop, and it's really nice because I discovered this when I was studying more formal techniques in dance. That means we are more imitating, or we have an ideal of a body that we want to be, or we want to move ourselves like this other dancer, like this technique. And then I realized that there is other techniques and other approaches that bring you as a dancer, but also as a human being in another position. So, and this position is about listen to yourself and hearing from the inner voice instead of looking outside and imitating what is happening outside. And this relation, for example, one of the somatic methods, Feldenkrais, he's talked about this, that is every action have four elements, and these four elements are movement, are thoughts, are sensations, and are emotions. And if you go in one of these elements, you immediately you will impact to the others. And in this way is how Feldenkrais calls conscience through movement, or awareness through movement. And that means that through movement we are able to change, or maybe change is a really ideal word, but we are able to impact the other elements of our life. And that's the reason I also talk about my work a lot with this consciousness through movement. And I totally believe that movement has a really powerful tool to be conscious in other parts of our life, in our thoughts, in our social skills, in our awareness about other people. And in this direction, I really like to related dance movement consciousness.
Very
Mm-hmm.
nice. Thank you. I just want to let our viewers know that I am checking the comments. So I let's cross fingers that I manage
Mm-hmm.
to answer some of. If anyone there has a question, I will do my best to come and read your questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to have a class on the 21st of March that you are calling Organic Dance. I love the name, Awakening the Awareness of Yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Awakening the awareness as if it would be asleep.
Yes.
Yes.
Partly, yes.
So can you share a little bit more about this?
Yeah, of course. We are in this system that where we have the pressure of be productive, of be some people that we need to do a lot of stuff, we need to solve, we need to stay really in a high level of doing and producing. And this other part of listening, coming back to yourself, to have silence, to realize what is happening inside is no, is not always there. Like we need to be really active to go in these states, and then that's the reason we are all beings, not just human beings, but also beings that have the possibility of be aware all the time. No, that's, for example, that was meditation ideal, is to be aware like all the time. But that means that you are in the present, you are not thinking or wishing something in the future, you are not holding stuff from the past. And this is nowadays is a training. We need to train ourselves to be aware. Like that's the reason I use this awakening. Like is there, is sometimes sleeping, sometimes is awake. And that's the reason I like it to put this together, even if it's like it could appear that it's the same, but no, we have our awareness there, but sometimes it's sleep, and we need to bring it back and train also this state to be aware. And I think the movement has this possibility, because as well as the breathing, when we are being aware of the breathing, but you stay in this mindset of thinking or visualizing the breathing. But with the movement sometimes it's easier, because you are you stay in the present moment if you are totally aware of the movement. And that's the approach that I would like to share with you in the practice. And we are starting from really low movement. We are starting from the really just scanning our body with our mind, until going slowly to a more big movement or fast movement. Depends for, also in everyone's who is doing this. And yeah, I think that is the explanation about the introduction of the work. Mm-hmm.
I love when you point out the body as the way to become present. It's the bridge. Now you mentioned the breath. The breath is definitely the bridge to the material world. In the moment we stop breathing after a period of time, oh, we have someone there. Hello.
En una entrevista. Sorry. It's my dad. I'm in Mexico
Hey, Dad.
visiting my parents.
Cute. Yeah, so to have the bridge to what is real, yeah, we have we're living in this world of thoughts, yeah, preoccupied with the future, with the past, and the body is actually the the anchor to bring us back to this moment. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I know your work, it's very anchoring.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the way I have experienced it, very soft. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna open this this next event with Karina. She's gonna be the one who's gonna bring us first into the body. Yeah, opening, in order to receive the next sessions.
Yeah. I would like to add something from what you say. This anchor of the body, we also train to be aware of our body because we don't trust anymore. More in dance, no, and in this festival that is for everyone, is not for professional dancers or somebody who is already who have already experience with the movement, but really to trust in our body is also a way to warming up this awakening through movement, through the body. And this is I think nowadays also a really important training to trust that this body had the capacity to realize a lot of things, not just about movement but also about what do I need to eat today since I feel something special, what do I need to do. And this is has to do with instinct also, no, that, and we don't trust anymore so far. So this is also a training that is important, and I would like to share in this practice.
Yeah, yeah, this is very important also what you just mentioned. Listening to the body, listening to its needs, its intelligence, because the body
Mhm.
always knows better than we think. Yeah, the
Mhm.
mind always thinks that it. uh, I like to imagine the mind as this big boss trying to, is bossing everyone around, and the body is actually the one who has already the intelligence. You know,
Mhm.
we if we would give the mind the breathing, the mind would already forget about breathing.
Mhm.
Yes, but the body has its own, you said, intuition and its intelligence, and it keeps us
Mhm.
very much um, with ourselves if we allow it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And yes, it's yours mentioned a very good point. This is a festival for everyone. Yeah, young, old, experienced, non-experienced, experienced dancer, experienced meditator, or someone who is absolutely new to any of these practices. It's a very beautiful way to start your journey into what is it to live outside the mind and how is it to live in your body, in in the reality of life,
Mhm.
and not the imaginary world. We also have on the 25th till the 29th of June our first retreat edition of the Consciousness Festival on a Greek island called Lesbos. And we're going to have 5 days of amazing dancing with a lot. We have an extended program. You're all very welcome to join us. Yeah. So going back to Karina, I know that you are a dancer. So you're coming from the dance approach. Yes.
Yes.
And you
Mhm.
also have your how do you call it, contemporary dance through somatic principles, but
Mhm.
you also have parar,
Mhm. Yes.
which is more towards the focus is towards the dance, contemporary dance,
The
right?
performance. Yeah. Yeah, Parar is Parar Immersive Performance Art is the whole name. And it started as a collective, like we were four leading and trying to push this project. And exactly the goal was to be there in a different layers, and that means not just in a performative way, or this was one, this is one, the performance, present work in a theater or in a gallery in different places, but it was also with other elements through workshops for different kind of people and different approaches, not for, mostly not meant to be for professional dancers, but also for different kind of people who will just like to experience movement and dance. And the last approach was the last layer is uh, to just share dance and as a way of consciousness. Exactly, also consciousness through movement and through the dance. And but now the last years there is no more a collective, there is a project who brings different artists and different people together, depends on a project. We are having for example, right now we are working with Transphase. Transphase is an initiative for different kind of bodies. That means we work with mixed able people with different capacities and wishes, not also not professional, but also professional dancers who have been in this field for a long time. And Parar is the project who is with Transphase working together. So we change a little bit the the way of working also since last year. As we all know, it has been difficult for scenic artists and for everyone generally, but this is the way that we work right now with Parar.
And this reminded me of the fact that also disabled people are welcome in our festival. We have had already experienced participants in London, I remember, and it's beautiful to see that we can include, you know, this inclusion of whoever wants to just feel the movement and experience, have an own experience of what we're actually doing here. I see here you teach also contact improvisation, which is in this case, I think we call it technique or a practice that is becoming very popular lately.
Contact improvisation is it's a technique. The only thing is that it's not nobody was doing a certification so that you become a contact improvisation teacher. But that was really part of the spirit of the technique, because this is a technique who has been since the 70s, started in USA from a group of people who just wanted to experience different movement in contact, but with a lot of physics actually. So how do you take the weight of somebody in order to take him high or really intimate in contact? And the people start to see this technique and they were like, wow, this is amazing. It was not a technique, it was a show actually at the beginning, and they were like, wow, this is amazing, we want to do it also. And they were hesitating, oh, maybe we need to make a certification, because some people start to just do wherever they want and they call contact improvisation. But they decide to make a newsletter and a magazine so that the people will be sharing what they are doing as a contact improvisers. And that was a really, really nice and good decision for the practice, because it became really worldwide practice and everyone was putting something from themselves. And it's also a technique for everyone who wants to do it. Of course, there are some principles and you can learn some elements in order to do more difficult movements or etc. But everyone can dance this. So if you have some elements and principles of the technique, you just go and do it, and you are dancing already. And the other part that is linked maybe also with the festival is that the technique has jams in every part of the world. And the jams are so time frames and space where you just go whenever you want. If there is 3 hours long, you go on the second hour or at the end, or you go the 3 hours and you go and dance when you want, however you want, with the people that you want. So like music jams, no, that you go and then you join. And this is a social dance. So the thing that happened with the contact impro jams is that it became also a social dance. In USA, for example, is super nice. Because you go to a jam, for instance, in North Massachusetts, I can say my experience there, and everyone is dancing amazing, and you are talking with the people, and no, I'm a doctor, no, I'm a lawyer, and you are dancing with them. And that's also showing that dance is for everyone, and you don't need to classify yourself as a non-professional dancer or as a professional dancer. And yeah, I haven't teach contact since long. First of all, because it's a really close technique. You need to not just trust in your body, but you need to trust also in the contact of the other. So now it's totally prohibited since the pandemic. And yeah, and before in Berlin there is a lot of people who is doing this. So mostly I have been teaching contact in Mexico. Actually, when I come to Mexico, I organize also workshops with people, and we do this here mostly. Yeah.
Very nice. Karina, thank you so much. I really enjoy having this talk with you. We're gonna have the pleasure to have Karina again guiding us on Sunday, March 21st from 4 p.m. till 8 p.m. Berlin time. So if you're not in the Central European time, just check what is the time that we're going to be starting. And come join us and get to experience organic dance by yourself, and also other wonderful approaches to conscious dance movement. And remember, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central European time, so Berlin time, the time we started this interview today, we're going to be meeting here. There are more friends joining, and we're just sharing with you all this passion we have for movement and consciousness, meditation, awareness, and how different teachers, masters have been creating these different approaches that this festival is actually presenting to you, for you to have a taste of all this colorful world of the conscious dance. Karina, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Diana. A pleasure.
And we see you on the 21st. Thank you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.